Hi, it is Tuesday, May 2nd, and this is Mykal Harp, living a quantum life. How is everyone tonight? Oh, I've just been sitting here settling in a little bit. I'm welcoming you into my office that I am rearranging to do these videos, to do live streaming, we're working on videos for upcoming workshops. And I thought I'm going to just redesign my whole office here. And so right now it looks completely barren and it feels really weird to be in here. But I just thought, you know what, it would be fun to show you guys what it looks like before, and then you'll see more of an after when I get all the little pieces put into place. Everything is right now, it's a disaster. And let's talk about addiction, okay? Because I think I have an addiction, guys. And it's not even to tarot cards. Like, that's bad enough. Tarot and oracle cards, I have so many. The addiction is books. I don't know if I can lift this very well. It's on something. I have piles and piles around this office of books. And and I've lost my prop of keeping this level. Literally, this laptop is on a pile of books until I get the bookshelves to come in that I can put everything on. It's insane. So it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. This is the before, and by next week, we'll definitely have some progress made. I'm not sure it'll be the final version of it, but it will at least be a great and vast improvement of what is going on now. It's very echoey in here almost, and I even have my lights, and it still seems very dim in here, but we're going to work it out. We're going to figure it out. So what's going on with you guys, huh? What's coming up at our event? So we have tonight for tarot sharing. We have a full moon in Scorpio is on Friday. So at the store, we'll have the free event, and that's a very casual event that you can just come into the store in downtown Cary, and you can write down whatever you are wanting to release for the full moon. And you write it on the little flying wish paper. We burn the paper, and when you burn it, it actually just flies up. It's really fun. And we have a really high vaulted ceiling, so you can see how far it goes. And we have the girls that are working that night, they'll pull a tarot card for you. So yeah, it's just a really casual, just come between the hours of 5 and 6 on Friday, and you can participate. Saturday, I am teaching a class, just a 2-hour workshop on the basics of tarot. I've been working on some handouts. It's really going to be great. I'm so excited to teach this beginning. It's one of the classes that we get requested the most at the store. And so I'm finally pulling that together. It's definitely probably going to be one of the full courses that I'm going to get on the online workshop thing also. So we're going to have I don't know, a school online kind of, so that you can log in and get the information. So I'm really excited about that. Wednesday, May 10th, I'm doing the dragon healing, and this is just me doing my own type of healing and energy healing with whomever is there. So it's a group. I love group energy. We just talk about energy healing and combining our energies and allowing ourselves to shift and release the things that no longer serve us. And I do a lot of the very similar things that I do in a one-on-one session in this. Really powerful shifting can happen. And, people, I don't think, realize the power sometimes that can happen in these energy healings. And I just want to share this. I don't want you to think that I'm bragging, but I want you guys to understand how powerful this really can be. Because I had like an emergency session today where one of my clients called me, and her daughter was having panic attacks for the last 2 days, where she is at a high, we always rate 1 to 10, where are you on the level of stress, anxiety, and panic? And she was at 10, and we got her in this afternoon, and I was able to get her down with her help. I mean, it has to be with her intention, get her down to a 3. I mean, this is powerful shifting where you can, I mean, because she has been struggling for days and days, and she has been in traditional therapy for years. She knows all the things that you're supposed to do, but it wasn't helping her in this instance. And honestly, I could tell right away that she had some energy hooks in her. We were able to get those out. We learned a little bit more about her, shifted some energy. And I mean, she left perfectly calm. I mean, she said she was still at a 3, and I honor that. But I'm just saying it was a huge, huge shift that can happen simply within an hour. So when you're ready and you're willing to let go of your garbage, this is key. Again, personal experience. I did 5-minute healings on Sunday, and we had such a great time. I love this opportunity to have you guys come into the store, and I can work with you for it's usually longer than 5 minutes, honestly. We can tap in and shift something for you. And one person came Sunday that she didn't want to let go. She wanted to be healed, but she didn't want to let go of anything. And I'll be honest, unless you're willing to let go of your garbage, to let go of the past, to look at it from a different perspective, this type of healing does not work. I cannot do something to you that you aren't ready for. What I could do is I work with your higher self and my higher self, and they perform the miracles, so to speak. Because I don't know what's best for you. Your higher self knows what's best for you, but it has to be told from you, because you are a sovereign being, and you have to step into saying, I don't want this anymore. Then I can hold your energetic hand to help that shift. But like I said, this person, she wasn't ready. She wanted to be healed. But the thing is, she wanted what she wanted. And that's a really interesting distinction of, this is what I want. And she didn't want to hear about any of the reasons about why she was struggling in the area that she was struggling in. So when you are on this journey of discovery, of self-help, of self-realization, you've got to open yourself up and, realize that everything that we think, and we are so trained to think a certain way, that there are other ways to think. I'm not going to tell you what the right and the wrong way to think is, but you have to be open to the idea that there's other ways. There's other ways. So we'll get into some tarot, though. Who's on here? Yeah, I love seeing that we have so many people here. And please say hi and let me know if you want a card pulled. And Drake is saying happy Tuesday. It is. It's happy Tuesday. It's been a great Tuesday. I feel like I got a lot done so far. I didn't get the office done, but whatever. It's getting there. I'm waiting actually for a bookcase to be delivered. Excuse me, before I can finish it up. Because did I mention my addiction to books? I have to have a bookcase to get everything off of my desk so that I can arrange it, to be conducive to business. We have Bethany. Woohoo! Bethany is here. And we have Christina. Christina was there on Sunday. Oh, I'm so glad you felt that transformation. So yay. I'm glad that you could I want you guys to be able to feel this. Sometimes, I can see, sense, and feel things and give you a hint of things. But when that energy starts moving, the majority of the clients really do feel something, whether it's when energy is shifting, it's just almost like this thick cloud around you. And it's just a sensation that can be hard to describe. Even like the client that I was telling you about earlier that had such a profound shift today. I was like, well, how are you feeling? And she's like, I feel different, but I don't know why or how I feel different. And I was like, that's common, that now you're in a different playing field and you're kind of like, whoa, how did I get here? Right? It's just an energy shift. And it does take a few days to integrate and to really balance itself out on your energy system. So yeah, you got to give yourself time. You got to be kind to yourself. Judy, hello. How are you? So good to see you. So I got a yes, please. So I think that means she wants a card. Let's get to moving on our cards. All right. I'm just going to pop down because this is Christina. So Christina, like I said, was there Sunday. It feels like a weight is lifted. And that's truly, it can be that profound where you feel completely different. Like instead of carrying this really heavy burden, it can be let go. It can be let go. You just have to set the intention. All right, let's get a card for Dree. All right. All right. Let's make room here. Like I said, everything's a mess right here. I'm not. When I go inward and I get into my energy, like there's no thinking involved here, and so I have to have everything where it belongs, or I tend to knock stuff around because I'm not enough in my body to see or sense what is around me. All right, cards for Dream. What have we got? Ooh, I like these. We have Two of Pentacles as first. Oh, my lighting is weird in here. Two of Pentacles. God, I love this layout for you, Dree. Now, Julie and I talked a little bit on Sunday, so I know just a tad bit of her recent story, and so when I see this, it really does feel like there's this recent journey that you've had, and I know that there has been a recent journey for you, right? But I want you to notice how, and I use this dragon tarot, which I absolutely love. Look how happy these dragons are. They're so excited about this journey, and there's a balance to this journey that feels good. And the next card I have for you is this Seven of Pentacles, which this card is all about grounding yourself, about receiving. That dragon is so grounded. It's exactly where he's meant to be. And these Seven Pentacles are all about the abundance that's coming. Like, because you took the journey, you are grounding yourself in this new environment. And these pentacles are like apples growing on the tree for you. So I love this because it feels very rich. It feels very abundant for you. It feels exactly where you're supposed to be. And then the Sire of Wands. Check this out. The strength here. Like it's like the staff has been struck into the ground going, there's a strength in that. Yeah, like this great knowingness. Like you have not only grounded yourself and you are producing what you need in life and doing the things that it feels like very on purpose. Now then you feel it. Like on the journey, you're kind of scared. When you get kind of grounded and you start seeing the returns, that it feels good. But then there's a deep knowingness that happens. This really strength of absolutely being in your power. And that's what I'm feeling is this journey for you of, the journey, the planting, the crops, and then the knowing, like the settled knowing. It's a beautiful layout for you. I'm loving it. So I hope it works for you, that you resonate with that. I love it. Okay, Anne Drake. Let's get some cards for Anne. What is everyone else doing lately, huh? How's life all treating you? I was watching a really quick, I had like 2 minutes before we went live. And so I'm sitting here and I was watching somebody, and there was another channeler, and she was, May is going to be intense. May is intense. And that's great. That means movement. That means we are going where we need to be. And so far it hasn't been so rough that it has been too uncomfortable. It can be challenging, but so far, it hasn't been too uncomfortable. Interesting. So, Anne, I got the same travel card for you. I'm just going to vibe into this for a second, though. This for you feels about balance. There's another word for this. The infinity symbol is what really calls me on this for you, the infinity symbol, which that's the constant propagation of something, the constant propagation, like there's no end. Then that there's a balance to it also. Yeah, this feels more about that infinity symbol. And then I feel peace. Like there's this beautiful peace that happens, and it's a it's a beautiful piece. Like there's no angst here. It's just about what I'm hearing is accepting where you're at. Like accepting where you're at. So I'm not sure if you're not happy with where you're at or if you actually recognize that where you're at is good, but recognizing where you are at. And when I look at this card, it looks so peaceful. So like I said, I'm not sure if they want you to get to the peace or if you're at the peace. I feel like that it's actually you need to get to the peace maybe, because now I'm getting this little baby dragon, and look at the little butterfly on top of the sword. Like it's about this youth feeling, this not rejuvenation. It's about tapping into that joyful youth exuberance, like a baby dragon who can go out into a field and play with the butterfly, right? And there's no worries, there's no concerns here. And this is where they want you to be. And maybe you're already on your way, because I don't really see anything angsty in these card draws at all. It's literally about just sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. Get the phone out of my way. It's about getting into this playful, exuberant, youthful, free, carefree attitude, and everything's golden. Yeah, you'll have to tell me. Like it's just about being in that carefree thing. It's like you've got everything you need or want. Again, being happy with where you're at, and to step into this really carefree energy. Everyone always tells me to play more because I'm constantly working. And I'm trying to. I brought the book home. Bethany actually got me this great coloring book, and it was so cute because it says Mykal the monkey, but Mykal is actually spelled like the way I spell my name. And so she wrote in there, play, 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 because they're always encouraging me to play more too. And that's the kind of message that I'm getting for you, Anne, is to play more, to realize that you have everything you need, and that the energy of playing, if you feel like you are wanting to bring something into your life, will actually boost the ability to receive that coming into your life. All right. Where are we here? Christina. Let's get a card for Christina. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry about the phone. I guess the volume wasn't up, but it was certainly making a racket on my end. Felt like it anyway. I try to have the thing off as much as possible. All right. Christina. What do we got for Christina? All right. So I feel like there's something going on that once you handle it, you are going to be incredibly exactly where you want to be and abundant. Like there's something going on that is a challenge that you feel like you could be under this, I don't know if it's adversity or a burden, or you feel attacked in some way. And remember that when I'm talking about these things, it can just be about one piece or aspect of your life. It doesn't mean that the whole part of your life is feeling this way. It's just maybe it's just one person that's making you feel under attack in one situation. But I feel like as you are dealing with that, You are absolutely, I mean, there's peace here, there's abundance, there's even baby dragons, which means again, manifestation, the babies, the new, and look at all the pentacles. They're everywhere. There's so many of them. The dragons are all getting along. They're at peace. They're not worried about if they're under attack. There's a great peace that as you deal with whatever you feel like you're under attack with, that it moves into this realm. And then yeah, I'm not feeling that. I feel like these are just the two that you need to have. That don't worry, it's not going to last forever. Don't get too caught up into the feeling of burden or attack or whatever this is, because it's not a long-term situation for you at all. It's not long-term. It's just a temporary situation that you don't have to worry about. Warfare. Yeah. Do you feel like you're under warfare? Because that's definitely the vibe. But I don't feel like it's going to be long-term as long as you stay out of it. As long as you don't get caught up in the energy of it. And this is important for you guys, for everybody, for me, everyone to know that there's a lot of ugly things that happen out there, but the more you give your energy to it, whether you're trying to fight against it or if you're just upset by it, the more it feeds that energy. And so the more you can keep your calm, the more you stay centered, the more you are just aware of your own energy, you don't get hooked into that other negative energy. And that's what keeps you calm, because almost everyone that comes to see me that is high anxiety, they're hooked into some kind of fear matrix that is creating that higher intensity of fear or anxiety than they need to have. It's not necessarily natural, and we have to keep our energy clear. That's another video I need to do, clearing our energy. That would be good, huh? All right. So yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, good. So just don't engage. If at all possible, don't engage. My favorite thing to do is to send love and light to their higher self. Wrap whomever you feel under attack by in a pink cotton candy. Make them sweet with a cotton candy. Kind of protect themselves from not getting, having whatever they're sending your way. The cotton candy protects you from that. And the pink for love, and then just send high vibe energy towards their higher self for their greatest good. We don't know what they need. Don't even try to figure out that. Just stay in your truth, stay in your balance, and send them higher energy, love, higher self to be used however best for them possible. Excited for the full moon, huh? I don't know. I think I'm worried about the full moon. Not seriously, but I mean, it has been intense. Everyone this weekend was certainly feeling the energies of May already. It's good. I'm excited. I just look at every day as this one more step into this more positive energy. We just have to keep our energy clear, and we are so on our way. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, let's see if I can find where I'm at still. All right, you did Christina. Haley Cutactory. Yeah, thank you so much. You're so welcome. Bethany. All right. Let's get some cards for Bethany. It's always interesting to see what they're telling Bethany. We are all on the journey of our life right now, where everything is just so intense. The more we can laugh at it, the more we can smile, laugh, giggle, and play, the easier it is to deal with. And Bethany is beautiful. She does step into that energy all the time. Bethany. Interesting. Yeah, just give me a second on this one. This one too. I don't normally look at my cheat sheet. And the reason I'm doing this is I know Bethany and I don't want to get into my head too much about what I think I know versus what is truly coming to me. And so that's why I will revert to this so I don't let my head get in my way. All right. So the first one is the Six of Pentacles. And this is about generosity, charity, support, material help, gratitude. And I do feel like, Bethany is really good about doing the work, about doing all the inner work. So I know she steps into this energy. And what's interesting to me is this little dragon. And so there's a part of this to me that is about teaching the little ones. And I don't know if that's about her children or if that's about her teaching classes to those, newbies. But I do feel that there is this teaching of others. What I find interesting is actually the second card, which is the Devil. And this card is more about feeling restricted, about being chained down, about it's like, no, even if you think you're doing all the right things, what this reminds me of actually is there's many times that I have manifested what I thought I wanted. And when I got to the end of it, I hated it. And I couldn't understand why I kept manifesting stuff that I absolutely hated. And what I realized was that I would get into my head what I wanted, and I'd get so so focused on it that after I identified what I thought was going to be the answer, I kind of shut out the advice or the feedback I was getting from my spiritual teams. And I would end up in a situation that made me uncomfortable. And that's what this is reminding me of, that you get very, very focused, but then you end up in a situation that you may not care for, that you feel restricted, that you feel confined. But the cool part is, and I love the third card, is, it feels like a lesson. Like once you learn this lesson, look at the freedom, the new birth, like this is literally birthing free of whatever was constraining you from this Devil card. And so the answer is it's going to be great. I mean, you're going to get out of it, but I do feel like there's just something about this that's going to make you get to this feeling. But don't worry, I love the happy ending. There's a happy ending. Okay, so what's Bethany saying the move out date got pushed up a couple of weeks. I've been fighting, spiraling today, and definitely shut down a bit. I will reach out to my guides too. Okay, so yes, so stay open. Like, I've been reading a really interesting book. You guys may have heard of the book called The Untethered Soul by Mykal Singer, I think his name is. He has another book called The Surrender Experiment. And I finished it today as I was listening to it. And it is all about his journey of surrendering into whatever the current situation is. And it is quite a story, I have to say. It is an amazing, amazing story of surrendering into every moment. And I'll be honest, there was times where I'm like, I don't know if I could have surrendered quite that much. But that's okay. We each have our own journey. But surrendering and really learning how to trust that where you are headed will work out. It is, I think, the most challenging thing for those of us who struggle with trying to the situation. And I know I've certainly been there. I'll give it a listen. Yeah, it's very profound. It covers his whole life. Like the story starts when he was like 20 and ends in 2015, which I think he was in his 60s, maybe. I did not know his story at all. It's a very amazing, he was always kind of curious to me because I know a lot of the metaphysical authors. Have you seen my library, my addiction of books? And I've always been curious about him because he's only really, I thought, written that one book, The Untethered Soul, which is an amazing, amazing book. And then so when he came out with the Surrender Experiment, I was like, wow, he finally came out with a second book. Well, I didn't realize he's been incredibly busy with his own businesses. He has this, I mean, he has been busy, busy, busy. He's not just an author. He has done so many other things. And the surrendering that he has gone through to get to where he is today is just very, very profound. So yeah, give it a listen. Like I said, it's definitely something that can, I think, help all of us. But I always say too, you can declare what you do and don't want. And for him, that wasn't so much. Like he was just surrender, 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 no matter kind of what happened. And my perspective is that they do want some feedback from us. Like we have the ability to have a little bit of an opinion, but he was truly trying to settle down that ego brain that had an opinion about something. And he just wanted it completely silenced. And they have certainly set up a lifetime where he went through the most challenging of times to learn how to silence it. So yeah, profound story. All right. What else do we got? Why don't you read Bethany, Teresa? Hey, Teresa, how are you? So nice to see you today, too. Oh, look, and I'm drinking again today, too. It's the only color in this whole room. Mm. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. It's like a ginger. It's not even alcoholic. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but save the alcohol when I'm not working. Although this is way too much fun to be considered work. Oh, Teresa. What is with the repeat cards today? All right. Wow, another one. I swear I'm shuffling and like I don't know why they're coming out. So the first one is actually the double, the chain, the feeling bound up and restricted, contained. And what this does, what I'm getting here is it dulls your fire. It takes away your doesn't take away, it smolders the fire. Fire being your creativity, fire your ability to step excitedly into life. And here you are all chained up with smoke coming out and are well, my internet went out for a second. All he has is this little puff of smoke coming out of him, all chained up, unable to move, even shackles around his ankles. And as much as he is miserable and unhappy, he feels like he can't do anything about it. But the second card, just like before, is this renewal, this birthing out of it, the freedom of it. Like, what is the word that I want for this? Where here you're all chained up, there was a transcendental, what is that word? Transcendental movement. That's the word they're giving me. I can't even say that word. But a powerful, powerful transition of moving into freedom that, and they're saying this specifically, that is not reliant on you figuring out how to do it, but instead just being in the flow and of the surrender to receive it. Ooh, that's powerful. That was definitely tuned in. Like, you don't have to overthink this, people. You don't have to overthink this. And that was one of the beautiful parts of that book, is it wasn't like he tried to figure out the solution, but the solution always came. He just surrendered to going, okay, this is where I'm at. And how many of us can surrender in a moment and look around and be at peace with all the garbage going on around us without trying to figure out how to solve it? And the only thing that you're responsible for in the moment is, one, just accepting where you're at, and if possible, enjoying where you're at, being that playful, happy mood, and then doing the best with what you have in front of you in the moment. Guaranteed, whatever that is going to shift and change, and it shifts and change faster when there's appreciation. Like if it's raining, loving the rain. If it's, snowing, love the snow. If it's sunny, love the sun. But when you come outside and you see it raining or snowing and you go, oh my God, I hate snow, I hate rain, I don't, there you are. You're not in the flow. You're not being in the moment of loving life in that way and surrendering to whatever is happening in the moment. And that is truly the lesson there, is to be in the moment and doing the best that you can. And if at all possible, loving it. And maybe love is too, but at least find peace with it. That's what they're saying. Find peace with it. If you can find peace with it and surrender and not try to fight what is in front of you, you're going to get there. Interesting. Let's see. All right. So this is interesting, Teresa. So I have this all shackled up, feeling burdened. You've got this freedom, like you can transcend to this. But then, the third card I pulled is actually back to this burdenness. And I feel like this is like a warning, like you get into this, you kind of get free of it, but then you reshackle yourself. You get back into carrying the weight of the world. Look at that. He's literally carrying the weight of the world as it burns on his back. And that, I think, is what they're asking, that, how can, you shift out of that pattern? Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Teresa's getting the book. I feel ready, but have been kicking and fighting it for a long time now. Hey, it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm freaking, how old am I? I'm almost 60, I think. Almost 58. And I'm still learning the surrender thing. And the only reason I'm learning it, finally, is because I have manifested over and over again the thing that I thought I wanted. And I'd look around and I'd be so miserable. And I'd be like, damn, I thought this was the answer. And that's what we do. We think we know the answer, but we don't. If we can learn how to trust and surrender and allow and love while we're, Teresa's saying, that is exactly what is happening. Yeah, sorry. I really hesitated to show you that third card because I love the second card so much, but it feels like a warning. They're like, you're falling into the same patterns. And we do that. How many times have I done that? So yeah, you just got to start seeing the writing on the wall or the symptoms before you get as far down the line as you have in the past. So yeah, you're going to do it. You're going to do amazing. I know the book. I mean, this guy in the book, he was hardcore. I have to say, he was way more hardcore than I think I could have been. He talks about when he was in his 20s, he literally took a year and a half where he was eating like a day and a half with one salad at the end of the day and meditating the rest of the time. And I'm like, that's hardcore. He did go back into real life. I mean, he's owned several businesses, so he's doing really well for himself. But all those businesses kind of just showed up at his door without him going after them. And that is the beauty when you're in the flow, when you're in being able to receive. You don't have to go looking for it. It finds you. And I have to say that has happened to me. It happened with a store downtown. I wasn't looking for a store. I was looking for an office to do my practitioner work. And that just dropped in my lap. And I could literally feel my team pushing me because it had been a thing that I had on a vision board years ago. But it was not in my thought process. I mean, I had kind of just gone, that sounds like a lot of work. I'm not sure I want to do that. I got my practitioner stuff that keeps me busy enough. And then they're like, oh no, since you've already set the intention and this is here, go for it. And I'm glad I did. I'm really excited to have the store, but I wasn't looking for the store when that fell into my lap. Not at all. And that is the beauty. That is when you know you're in the flow and things are just appearing. But you really do have to surrender, and you really have to love the yucky stuff as much as the great stuff, and finding a peace with both. Like, and that's what he got. He got to the point where he didn't feel joy or positive or negative emotions really about anything. And I think that's, I've been there where you get so good at observing yourself that you're not in those high emotions. And I I I stepped back into it because it can be, after we've had high emotions, it can feel a bit boring. Now, he certainly did not have a boring life with the things he was surrendering. So, but to be able to play in emotions without being the emotion, like I can be really excited, I can get all thrilled. And I used to practice this. Like I said, I got really good at balancing, and I was in the corporate world when I was like, oh God, I really I want to go in. And I remember we had a project and something was going a little south on it. So I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe it's falling apart. But even as I was being that emotion, I was doing it while observing myself and having fun with it. I wasn't really mad, but I loved the expression of being able to exude that kind of energy. So, but you can do it without being it. Like, there's some people who just get into it and they're really, truly angry, and it just doesn't feel good. For me, it was just it was play. I loved playing with that. All right. Let's see where we're at here. We got Teresa. Good luck, Teresa. I know you're going to do great. Bethany was saying May is already super intense for her. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy. Kristen. Is it Kristen or Christine? It must be Kristen. Sorry, I missed our appointment chat the other in my car. Oh my gosh. Now, see, this is an intense, right? This is intense. I'm so sorry to hear that your car got stolen. Oh my gosh. That is, yeah. No, she's saying, oh, by the other day. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, let's get you a card, Kristen. Let's get you a card. I'm so sorry. Wow. Things definitely must be going on in your life to have your car stolen. Car represents your physical body. Curious what's going on with your physical body. All right, 3 cards for Kristen. I have to have a drink. So much fun spending time with all of you today. Interesting. First card is this eye, the eye of the dragon. The universe is the actual card, and you can see the universe through the eye of the dragon, right? Wow, there's something bigger picture here going on for you. Much bigger picture. And then the second card is this 7 of Cups. This cup to me is just always feels like there are lots of opportunities. There's lots of potentials, and it's almost like you get a pick. Like, there's so many different things that you could be directing towards, and your opinion, your input is really valuable for this, because it's like all of these would work. Like all of these could potentially work, but you will need to focus in on a couple at least. They're saying 3, give yourself like maybe 3 to narrow down on. And then give yourself 2 as you get to know, and once you explore your options more and you get more familiar with them all. But this to me is all about lots of options. They probably would all work. They're very much still in the dream state. You notice the dragon, he's dreaming. It just means that these are potential. There's just so many of them. And that's what I love about this card, because it's not like you have just one path that you would have to follow to find fulfillment, to find the expression of what you're looking for. There's a lot of them. And I do feel like maybe you need to focus down to narrow down where you're focusing. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. And I love this because this is all about the abundance. Look at all the abundance. It's literally hanging from the ceiling. He's got it in his hands. There is just tons and tons of abundance in this. Eight is the abundance number. I mean, this is a wonderful card to have. It's like an abundance can be abundance, money, that's great, but it also can be abundance of skill sets. It could be abundance of ideas. It could be an abundance of potentials, possibilities. And the potentials, that's what I was feeling for this one, is lots of potentials. And look, you still have so much abundance. So I feel like there's just something really kind of amazing for you as you continue your journey, because there's so much possibilities and there's so much abundance. I wish I could give everybody these kind of cards. It feels like this is the key, tapping into yourself. They're saying tapping into yourself and really getting to get in tune with yourself so that you can see how much potential you have. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wow, I love that for you. Okay, yeah. Now, 8 is a great number. I love one of my, a lot of people do the numbers, the 1111, the 333. My team always gives me off numbers. So like I used to work with 444 a lot, but then they started giving me 443 or 344. So it's like the secret code they give me that's mine. So I get 344. But the other one I love is 488 or 448, because it's like doubling the abundance over and over again. So yeah, 8 is a great number. Awesome. Well, very good. All right. Chaley, you said hi. Did you want a card? Oh, there she is. You want a card. There you go. All right. That's next. We are doing good. Whew. It's feeling good. I like May is going to be intense. I'm really looking forward to some of the more big power moves of truth coming out. But this is good stuff. We have to go through this to get to the sweet spot. So I just always tell myself that we're getting to the sweet spot. We got to go walk through the boggy, yucky stuff sometimes to get there. But if it takes this, I am ready and willing to do it to get to the sweet stuff. All right, Chaley, we have 5 of Pentacles. All right, I feel like there's more than you. Like there's a team. I don't know if this is a team in human form or a team in spiritual form, but there's lots with you. There's lots with you. Like you are not walking this journey alone. And look at the pentacles up in those trees. God, lots of pentacles tonight. I love pentacles. Those are feel good stuff. Yeah, you're not walking alone. The 8 of Pentacles, more 8, I see in abundance. And it's like, as you work together, whether this are people in your life or whether this is your spiritual team, as you get in alignment with them and you work with them, I kind of feel like it could be a combination. Like the eagle flying high, kind of, out of sight would represent your spiritual team, while down here are the more human team members that would be in your life that's walking on this journey with you. Okay, Chaley's amazing. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I feel like they are right there for you. And as you continue to work with them, you absolutely have this 8 of Pentacles too. I swear I'm shuffling these. And that is the abundance. Like there is so much that is going to evolve for you. And manifest into your reality. Literally, it's going to manifest into your reality. There's no angst here. Like, this is amazing. There's no angst going on at all. And then we have the 3 of Cups, which again, look at this beautiful symbology of the 3 dragons that are circling in a circle. They're all kind of equal. They're all working together. They're in balance. They're in harmony. And and I mean, all of this is about you being in harmony and receiving the rewards for it. I'm just going to look. 3 of Cups. Friendships, community gatherings. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, stay in tune. I hope you're asking them, talking to them. I mean, you must be if you say they're amazing. So that is awesome. Shayla is also saying that she has a spirit guide that's an eagle. Right there, girl. He's just flying right above you. And you know what I love about eagles is they see out so far. And that's the beauty of our spiritual teams. They see so much more. They have such a higher perspective and understanding of what is going on. And this is why we need to rely on them. Why we have to learn how to trust them, because with their sight of seeing so far, you know, when you're down here on the ground, you can't see anything. You can't see what's in front. You're just dealing with the mud, that you're murky stuff that you're walking through. You don't have a clue on what's on the other side of the ridge or around the corner, and your team does. And so when you are able to really learn how to rely on them, my cat is like walking on my leg. Are you going to come up here and say hi? Do you want to say hi? She's so timid. She won't let me pick her up. So anyway, so yeah, as you stay all cohesive with your team, there's so much abundance in this, so much that comes to you. And, you know, I really am feeling this theme of tonight of the surrendering, that you don't have to figure out what or how it's going to come to you. Look, it's just literally dropping from the sky to you. And as you receive that, this beautiful cohesion, this balance with you and your team and everything in your life just goes smoothly. So I'm stubborn. Yeah, stubborn does not equate to surrender. This is, I know, because I'm stubborn. She hates being picked up, but she wants to say hi. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to type there? See, there. This is stubborn, furry stubborn right here. You want to say hi to everybody? This is Isabelle, because she only worries about her belly and getting away. She doesn't like to be held. Someone's saying he loves tarot cards. He'll pull them for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what, you know, the important thing is you recognize you're stubborn, and you know why. I mean, I've had, you know, I remember when I was in my 20s and I was told I was stubborn, and I was like, stubborn? I'm not stubborn. I mean, why would you think I'm stubborn? You know, it took me a few decades to realize how stubborn I was too. And it's because I'd get something in my head and I'd be thinking that is the right way. And I'm going to put right in quotes, because as I got even older and I got into this realm, I really realized that the truth that we tend to hold on to is just a truth we've been told. And if we can open ourselves to more than one truth. You know, I look at the truth that I held at 20, and I think I was an insane girl at 20. And we all think we know everything at 20, right? And it's only with age that you start really realizing that when you move into the spiritual realm, there's so much more to it. It can be one thing, but it can be another thing too. And you know, it's important because to realize this, because especially if you're listening to a lot of spiritual teachers, one can say one thing and someone else can say the other thing, and it sounds like they aren't in agreement, but that's not necessarily true. Sometimes it's just a different perspective of the same thing. It is important to listen to your own inner guidance, though, about, you know, who to listen to and what resonates with you, but be open to the idea that there's more than what you think there is. Because I've had to learn certainly a lot more than what I really thought was truth. I've gotten to the point where I really don't think there is a truth. I think there's a core energy that exists, but for us to understand it in our human form, I think is very challenging because it's so much bigger, it's so much more, and we are here stuck in our little 3D experience that has this very limited language. And, you know, even when you start learning how to tap into reading cards, feeling energies, or even feeling yourself, trying to find the words of what we're feeling can be very challenging because they're very limited. And they are not limited on the other side. You get out of this tunnel vision of being in 3D, and they're not limited. We are so limited with what we are capable of understanding, and so much of it has to do with the language, trying to express concepts that are beyond what is normally known or understood is very challenging. All right. Yes. There's only love, pure and unconditional love is the only truth. And if we could all just stick with that, it would be so empowering for all of us. This is how you surrender, knowing that this is what you are, unconditional love, that that's what they are, that that's all they have for us, and that no matter what we have done in our human form, it's not judged at all. It's an experience. We're here to experience. If anyone's judging it, we judge it ourselves. And that's only because, we probably have set a goal for ourselves at a soul level, and dang it, we didn't maybe live up to that goal, but that's okay. Even at a soul level, when you're not in human form, you don't judge yourself for that. The way our current emotional system and mental processes work in this human body is we tend to judge ourselves very, very harshly. And we are so inundated with opinions and this conflict. Like, if I'm right, you must be wrong, and that's not true. We can be right, and you can be right too. I can have my opinion, you can have your opinion too, and we can still coexist. It is possible. All right, did I get everyone? I feel like I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. Vanina. I love the energy in these cards too. I never actually done a lot of tarot. I usually use oracle cards, and then I got this deck and I'm just obsessed with them. In fact, I even brought some oracle cards home because we got these in at the store called You Are Magic. And again, this is a great word, right? Magic. I love the word magic. And a lot of people go, well, magic isn't real. And I'm like, magic is real, because if you look at those flowers blooming outside, that's magical, that a flower can bloom and survive and then retreat for a whole season and then come back on its own. If that's not magical, I don't know what is. Anyway, so these You Are Magic cards have affirmations in them. And I thought about using them tonight, but I just don't have the same resonance as the tarot cards, although they have some. Here's a good one. I love Elizabeth Gilbert. Let's just say, the universe buries strange jewels deep within us all and then stands back to see if we can find them. How cool is that? What strange jewel do you have in you that needs to be found? You don't get those strange jewels unless you surrender. Like, you have to go through life. Ray Bradbury. All of my life, I've jumped off this cliff and built my wings. It works every single time. It never fails. Now, that's surrendering. When you jump off a cliff without knowing how it's going to end up, without any wings, without any way to anyone's going to catch you, that's how you build the muscle memory to live in a surrender mentality. That is how you do it. And it's scary as hell. It is scary as hell. All right, we're going to get Yayo. I'm going to get you a card. I'm going to go to one card for everybody that's left because it is 7 o'clock and I'm going to have to wrap this up. All right, we're going to get a card. Oh, another void. 2 of Pentacles for you. This is interesting. So we've had this card a couple times tonight, and everyone's been different. One was, it felt like it was about the journey. Someone else, it felt like the infinity symbol. But you know what this feels like? It feels like there's 2 people who are struggling over one thing. I'm not sure how that applies in your life, but it just feels like there is a struggle over one thing, and the one thing, like the boat, the incoming boat. But there's 2 people who are struggling over this one thing. And so how that applies to you, I'm not sure, but how is that? You'll have to contemplate where's the struggle, and are you ready to surrender into it? Are you ready to not try to control the outcome of it? That would be pretty powerful. That would be very powerful. Benina, did we do a card for you? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm going to pull just one for you. One I love. I have the tarot course on Saturday. And I'll be back next Tuesday. And then Wednesday next week is the Dragon Healing course. All right, Benina, this is that one I love. Again, repeat cards over and over today. The Seven of Cups. This to me is about lots of decisions, lots of potentials out there. I don't want to say decisions. This is your dreaming, and whether you're doing it consciously or unconsciously, there's a ton of potentials out there for you. They're all just waiting to be birthed into existence. And again, how's that done? Surrendering, allowing, being happy with where you are. That clears up your energy. But it's like all these potentials are waiting for you. Now it's just a matter of waiting as they reveal themselves to you. But this card always speaks to me that you have an opinion about it. Like, don't get trapped into thinking that there's only one way is really another way of saying all that. So yeah, very cool. All right. Jaylee says, thank you. I know she is. She's the sweetest cat. She was feral, and she when they caught her, it was very traumatic. So I can never reach down to get her. But she curls, and she's just so sweet and soft. Love, love, love her so much. Yeah, that love is undescribable. It really is. And that's why meditation or walking in nature, finding peace within yourself, that's how you can touch into that amazing energy. I got a smiley face. I got it. That's good. What is the name of the tarot deck? It is called Tarot of Dragons. And it is by Firat Solhan. Sounds like a very Irish or Scottish name. Or that's illustrated by, Sean McKenzie. There's the other one. Sean McKenzie. Love this deck. Amazing, amazing. You're so very welcome. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, no, I mean, and there was tons of potential there for you. Like there's a lot of opportunity. Yeah, it's just a matter of not getting in your own way is really, and we all do our own way, but it's going to happen. Truly is amazing. Absolutely. I love Willie Kitty. He's such a nice, you got a Zen cat. My cat, she's not always Zen. She's skittish. That's so cool that you got a Zen kitty, Willie. I love that name. I feel it. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so much appreciate you guys showing up. Please, like or do something with a video. It always helps with the dynamics of that social media thing. But I really honored all of you who have been here. I appreciate you, and I will be back next Tuesday. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, take care of yourself and namaste.